Everyone, Wanderbot here, and let's just delete this because that doesn't exist. Welcome to the Perfect Tower 2, which is an... I don't care about any of these things. Let's go. I did a little bit of the tutorial. Wait, what? No. Oh, I didn't skip it. Do you want to exit the tutorial? Thank you. Okay, dearest friend, I've been waiting for you for quite some time. My name is Dr. Cubicle, but enough with the chit-chat. Let's get down to business. As you probably know, our previous project has been a major failure. We were trying to construct the perfect tower, which should have been able to complete every tower defense game out there without any effort. Turns out our tests back then were far too narrow and didn't include any environmental side effects. Also, clustering every single one of our skill modules into the tower wasn't a good idea either. Financial issue. Anyway, the new project looks far more promising. Here on this little island, we have got plenty of space to create a new experimental facility. Don't worry, I'm not going to annoy you with more tutorial text or pseudo stories. From this point onward, you're free to explore as you please. I will be here whenever you need me. Let's get started by building a construction firm. Uh, 60? Okay, construction firm? There we go. Okay. Close out of that. Tower testing. Region 1 forest launch? Choosing game mode. Neutral, normal? There we go. I was wondering about that. And onwards. And there are speed controls. Perfect. Looks like it only goes up to ×2 though, but that, you know what? It's fine. Seems like attack speed is probably the way to go. Or at least the thing to focus on. Because I usually one-shot almost everything that I'm up against, but still. Hey, and thank you, Windy for Sun, for the 100 bits. And I've been destroyed. Oh. I guess I should probably pay attention a little bit to what I'm doing here, as opposed to getting mildly distracted by everything. I didn't invest any into HP regen. That's okay. I bet there's an upgrade for speed control. Probably, yeah. I'm still one-shotting most of these suckers. We've only got about 8 HP. So I'll just keep investing in it into attack speed until it seems like, oh boy, well, I'm getting some resource, I'm getting some EXP again. Yeah, I'm just gotta be better about this. We'll see. Okay, so we saw that like 8 attack was probably the safe spot. And I need to make sure I have enough base HP to heal back up, because I do start taking like 20 damage at a time. And that's a bit of a doozy. Okay, now we need more damage. They're doing a lot to me. Alright. I'm Dunsky. Let's go back. Oh, you can see the block's HP on the bottom left. Good to know. Let's see. Hint, stats, Nexus, settings. What's Nexus? Okay, that's not something I'm dealing with. Construction firm. Exotic skills. Skills. Cheap materials. Oh boy. Decreases the construction cost of all buildings by 10% for each tier. Construction of buildings while the game is closed. Huh. So I can take 2 of those? I probably should have done the tutorial for this section, but I was too busy being confused by the whole, there we go. I was confused by the whole audio balancing issues. So it looks like I should be able to build some stuff, but we need to get more cubes. Right, and I do have a lot of these. Okay, input shortcuts, there we go. Convert, we get 16 boxes. Here we go, so I can get a workshop and build this. So it looks like I'm going to need quite a lot if I want to do more. Skills, exotic skills, 12, nothing more. So what does this do? Workshop. Would you like me to introduce you to the workshop? You know what? I'm going to figure it out. I like learning, so I'm assuming we're going to convert more of these over, but I do not have much. So I'm probably not going to be able to unlock almost anything. Oh, baby, they're probably expensive. What if I do basic attack? Ah, I can level it up. Well, looks like I can put a point into that. and into HP regen. So this just scales how good these are, I think. And it'll scale it up to level 100 and then go from there. Tags, info, stats. Cool. Let's see. Anyway, we want to go back to testing. Tower, easy, perfect. It's stuff. Oh yeah, so we do actually just start at a higher level. It's not that it changes how fast we scale. It's just a starting bonus. I can't complain. That's not a terrible idea. There we go. So now I can see their average statistics. Let's get it up to 11. Nope. They're going up. But so am I. I can see why people would like this. Some part of me is always spoiled by most tower defense games having actually kind of graphics. Oh, and dead. Do we respawn again? Yeah, I'm probably not going to get more than this. That I think the voxel system works, but I think you need to go like a little bit deeper with it. Even for something like this. Let's see. I keep thinking back to that tower game, TAUR, which I feel like I have to qualify that every time I go by. It just doesn't have enough juice. Yeah. But so tower was also very low poly and voxel. And it looked good. Like, even though there wasn't a whole lot of detail to it, it looked good across the board. Okay, we definitely need to get my basic attack up. So you wonder, how do you always find neat little games like this? Gosh, I mean, it's my job to just kind of look and keep looking. Oh, that's a big box. Well, I am surprisingly not dead yet. It is a surprise to me. So you wonder, what is your favorite tower defense and why? I'd probably say Orcs Must Die 2. There was just something really well balanced about that one that was fun. I found Orcs Must Die 3 to be just a little bit too... Oh, I'm dead. Wow, they must have just insta-gived me or something. Maybe not. Maybe I just couldn't heal as much. It's fine. Okay, basic bouncing module. Let's go back to the workshop. Basic bouncing. Alright, I've got to make these 1,000... 100%. Okay, got it. So how do I add this? Okay, drag it. Oh yeah, there it goes. Can I put it under defensive? No. Okay, so... Small chance, 2 bounces. Not particularly amazing. I'm just gonna start with basic attack, because that makes my life easy, I think. Alright. And come at me. I already do gobs of damage. Oh, and because we're raising the base level, it actually is, it doesn't increase the price at all. Okay, yeah, that's a little strong. So at some point I'll be able to just kind of throw myself into this without a whole lot of worry. That's fine. Why am I investing into attack damage? I already do, like, just stupid amounts of damage. How many different tower defense roguelikes are there? I can only think of actually a handful that are good. Most of them tend to be kind of mediocre, to be honest. There we go. Well, we're making it to this section even faster. So, Wander, thanks for getting me hooked on Incremental. Love your YouTube vids. Yeah, Incremental is good stuff. I gotta go back to that. I've just been playing that on my own as kind of just like a, hey, let's play Incremental for... you know, while I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV or something like that, and just kind of have it on in the background. And it actually works, you know, quite well as just like a, well, I'm in the middle of, like, a cutscene, and I've already read what they're going to say, because I usually just leave it on auto. I should hand control it, but I fat finger things constantly where I click when I don't want to. Okay, they're getting a bit tougher. There we go. That's a big chunkus. But I'm not dead. And now we're into the reds. I can definitely see how you're supposed to win this one. Yeah, just get your starting level up and then just go nuts. Okay. It says my basic attack is 110, but I seem to be doing a fair bit more than that. So I'm not quite sure. Well, it's fine. Let's see. You can always leave Incremental to auto and just die to grind stats. Do you unlock, like, auto as a later thing? One way or another, I probably shouldn't be talking about it too much. I love the idea of the incremental games. I just don't play a whole lot of them. Elemental resistance or multi-shot? Ooh, multi-shot. Multi-shot seems like it's got some potential. Oh, right. And quick convert 100% over. 108 cubes now. Let's invest, like, a lot into multi-shot. Let's see. Maybe 1 into attack speed? Oh, because it only goes up 20 levels as opposed to 100. Like the rest of these. And then just basic regen. We want to get all of those up. I'm sure there's a better version that we can invest into later, but it's okay. Need more attack speed. Nothing should be able to reach me. But yeah, it does only go up to level 20, unlike the other ones. And yeah, I've also heard people talking about Orb of Creation being very good. I'll have to give that a shot. I don't know. There's not enough time in the day, especially for, like, idle incremental games. It'd be really interesting, specifically, to go out of my way and almost see how many different incremental games I can be running simultaneously at some point. Oh boy, wouldn't that be just kind of wonky? The idea of having, like, yeah, 16-way split screen where I'm just actively flipping through one after the next. Incremental multi-boxing. Exactly. It's probably a stupid idea, and I don't think I'm actually going to do it, but on some, like, base level, there's kind of an attractiveness of, like, yeah, how many incremental games can I play simultaneously before it becomes untenable? The main problem is it would not be watchable. Like, no one, it just wouldn't be. I love seeing the multi-shot proc. It's very satisfying watching the second shot come out. Which, I gotta give credit for. It has a lot of the core features that I like about a number of tower defense games. Normally, when I play a tower defense, I'm like, man, I wish I could give, like, a tower a bouncing shot or a multi-shot or something like that. The fact that I could potentially, or that I can absolutely control what kind of build my perfect tower has is kind of big, because a lot of tower defense games just don't do that. The upgrades are purely linear. It's like, here's your slow tower. It gets maybe a better slow and maybe a bigger AoE, and then that's it. And it's not very interesting. There we go. I want to max out my attack speed for reasons. We're still on ×2. We'll probably unlock a faster speed later. There we go. I don't know how far I'm gonna get. Farther than I was expecting, that's for sure. How much damage am I doing to these guys? In the 200s. Gotta keep it up just a little bit more. Yeah, do we invest more into multi-shot? Eh. Or damage. Because my attack speed's capped. But these guys don't come at me that quickly, so as long as I keep scaling my damage up, we should be able to just kind of wipe through them. Because, like, basic bouncing is okay. Yeah, it's the big chunkers that are gonna just wreck me. Maybe not. I'm certainly making a lot of cubes out of this. Oh, come on. More damage. They're outscaling me. I mean, they're not. I'm apparently doing 450 damage, so I clearly have some kind of damage multiplier intrinsic to this tower that I'm not sure where that's coming from, but I'm not gonna look that gift horse in the mouth. Eventually, one of these guys is going to reach me, and then I'm just going to die. I think the damage is okay. No, it's not. It must be higher. There we go. I don't think I'm going to make it to the end, but... Oh, one of them hit me. They're hitting me. That means they're not dying fast enough. That means I'm not doing enough damage. I actually probably need more multi-shot or bouncing. Because it does look like we're having a couple more enemies coming at me. Comparatively. There we go. 20%. That should be decent. Let's kind of do the same thing with basic bouncing. Get that up to 20% maybe. I gotta watch because their HP is scaling back up again, so never mind. Aside from the cube tanks, they don't seem to scale speed-wise very well, so focusing on damage seems to be ideal. Yeah. I'm not overwhelmed. As long as I can one-shot them, at this attack speed, I can pretty much kill everything along the way. There we go. Yeah, that 20% chance multi-shot is carrying. I might make it to 100. We'll see. Come on. I do hope to get some more speed control here. That is going to make my life a lot easier. The idea of a tower defense game with no speed controls boggles my mind. I don't want to say I'm still a little bit bothered by that. Oh my gosh, I almost died from just a errant shot from a foe. Oh. I'm just gonna invest into foundations. I don't take much damage. Isn't there a ×2 button up top? Yes, I'm on ×2 speed. If it's green, it means I've already got it. What I want is like a ×10. Just go fast. Whew. And I'm dead. Wow. Yeah, I took a bunch of damage. Well, we've unlocked Nature's Touch, Wave Resources, and let's go to the construction firm. Let's convert 50%. I might need more than that. I could get a second workshop, max modules allowed, or headquarters. Powerful wave progression upgrades. Let's grab that. So I'm gonna need 50 more. Because I might as well get the second level of workshop along the way. Okay, headquarters allows you to increase speed. Good to know. Timed building, but why? I don't know. I really don't. Well, that's going to take 3 minutes, so we'll just leave. Okay, HQ. Nope, don't need to. So, a module that cannot be further upgraded in the workshop counts as maximized. So these are requirements, gets me extra stuff, so that's how I go up tiers. Contracts. Glass cannon. Activate. Let's just do this. Use maximum 1 defensive module. Resources times 4. Well, that's interesting. Okay, technology and this. Auto skip. Purchase a server in the technology tab before installing software. Okay, I need 75. Yeah, I need more. Okay. We're gonna leave that alone for now, as I can do nothing. Can I not go to the... I can't even go to the workshop? Really? Too busy building, I guess. Alright. That's, why not? Let's just get back out here. It'll be fine. Yeah, you can't go into buildings while they're being upgraded. Yeah. Okay. So what's going on here? I'm making the perfect tower. Let's see. Just grab a number of those. Keep kind of scaling this up. Because attack speed at 2.5 really does carry me a tremendous distance. Now, is that contract active? Or has it not activated yet? I wasn't entirely clear on how to turn that on. Okay, you have to pay to activate the contract. Okay, I was wondering about that. Mainly whether or not I should buy any HP regen. I should probably stop investing in basic attack until attack speed is maxed out. I think the biggest issue is just the short distance between the waves. I almost wish there was like a zero wave mode where they just come at a steady stream. Okay, one more. There we go. Attack speed is maxed. And now we just kind of chill. It looked like one of those software upgrades was an auto skip feature. Yeah, but we're gonna have to wait a little while before I think we even get access to those. Also, we need a lot of money. Once we get there, then it's gonna be easier. Just gotta... It's the one thing about incremental games. As a content creator, they're really fun to try out. They're absolutely nightmarish to try and commentate over, because it's just like, oh man, this game's kind of neat. Now, how do I make this entertaining for, you know, half an hour? Maybe it's not so bad. Usually I get wildly off topic, but this is one of those where I don't fully know or understand it enough. Oh, we need some damage. These guys are actually getting through. There we go. That's the stuff. Quick, become Ramblebot. I could. The problem is I've been in, I want to say, like, a little bit of a funk lately, but, you know, state of the world, not the greatest. And so, I've found myself kind of saying that, like, I can't really do Ramblebot without immediately starting to just, like, delve into being Grumpobot as well. And that's maybe not the best place to be. Because I like to be entertaining, especially if it's, like, the first episode of a game. You know, the one that people will just randomly stumble across, just trying to see if the game is good or not. Or if they're, you know, remotely interested in picking it up and seeing like, hey, yeah, maybe I want to sink 1,000 hours into Perfect Tower. I know from my perspective, I never really got into this genre to begin with. There we go. damage. Yeah, I gotta keep investing into basics deck, otherwise I'm just gonna get clobbered. But yeah, I never got into incremental games. Tower defense was my thing. I had played a truly ridiculous amount of tower defense games. Oh, we've looped back around to white enemies. Weird. Is this the farthest I've gotten? No, I've definitely gotten further than this. Because, yeah, I was doing damage in the hundreds. I find that's happened with small talk in general. Hard not to bring up something depressing. Everyone's unhappy now. I talked to someone for 2 minutes without something awful being brought up. I think it's just because, like, it's hard to just kind of put it out of your head. I've been throwing myself hard into certain types of games lately where I can really just zen out for a while. What's a good example? I mean, like I mentioned earlier, I play a lot of Final Fantasy XIV, and that's kind of like my go-to jam game. And boy, it's also just like intensely long. I often complain about really long games, and then, you know, on my own, I go off and play like the longest damn game available. I'd like to get into these Zen games more. It feels like they'd be kind of fun, but I think I have just enough of a attention to deficit problems that I just like walk away on these, which is why I'm kind of wondering, what if I played one of these games but had like 2 others on the side? Oof. I don't think I'm gonna make it as far. Yeah, it got me. Not as much, but that's fine. Let's take a look. Okay, it's done. I could get another one of these. Unlocks new buildings, which sounds interesting. Let's go back to the workshop for a second. Oh, right, because that was being worked on. Nature's Touch. Oh, wait. What does that do? Does that mean that I have a 3% vampirism? Yeah, it looks like it might be lifesteal. I might also really want to get wave resources. I mean, honestly, if anything... Let's just grab that. Wave resources. Utility. 3% vampire for natural... For nature damage, not neutral attack. Oh! Oh, so it does, like, its own set of damage. So, different from basic attack. Okay. Let's just go back out there and let's see if this does what I think it does. Yeah, so I do bonus nature damage on top of my regular damage. And I heal for a small smidge of that. Useful. Okay. I should probably put some points into Foundation just so I don't die. Okay, and then back up here, because we're going to want attack speed. I like that resources per wave thing. It certainly means I'm not going... I'm probably going to want to max that out sooner than later. Just for free resources on every wave. I wonder if there's one that gives me more EXP. Probably not. And honestly, who needs it? If I have tons of resources, why does it matter? I think going back to the idea of small talk, because now that's stuck in my head a little bit. Oh, looks like we need some basic damage. And unfortunately, Nature's Touch does not scale that fast. But that's okay. Let's see. Small talk and other things. I saw somebody tweeting about this the other day, and I hate regurgitating Twitter because that always just feels like the worst thing to do, because that platform is kind of awful. But I saw somebody mentioning that, like, casual friendships have pretty much just disappeared over the last last couple, well, I mean the last, what, 2 years? And that it's very difficult to kind of maintain that level of social contact with another person in a way where, like, you meet up with a friend at a party and, you know, they're not the kind of friend that you would go out of your way to talk to, but they're the kind of person that you'd absolutely chat with at a restaurant or something like that. And that was a very kind of depressingly poignant point to be made that, like, I've definitely been feeling unsocialized lately. The only person I talk to is Shell, who is in... Oh, she's in trash gremlin mode, huddled over in a corner of the room reading Axe Cop of all things. I told Shell to read Axe Cop years ago and she never did, and she's finally found it. She is actually losing her shit. It's really funny to listen to, actually. Axe Cop? Axe Cop is, oh shoot. I'm trying to remember what comic the guy normally made. But Axe Cop is a webcomic slash graphic novel series that had a really bad TV show made of it. That effectively, the guy had a much younger brother. And, I think he would bond with his younger brother by making up these stories. And then eventually decided to have his brother make up stories for him that he would illustrate. And so it's just the most, like, absolute nonsensical stories that, yeah, it's straight out of a 5 or 6 year old brain. Which means, you know, no real narrative consistency or anything like that. But it's super doofy and actually really fun. Like, I'd highly recommend people check it out if you want something that, like, baseline is going to make you feel good by the end of it. Okay, at this point, I'm just going to start investing all of my points. Well, no. I guess Wave Resources is a little late to invest into, nor does it really get me that much at this moment. Right, the other comic was Bearmageddon. Did that ever finish? Because, like, I remember reading a decent chunk of Bearmageddon back when it was first coming out and thinking it was actually kind of not bad. But then Axe Cop was coming out and I was like, oh, I like this better. And then Axe Cop ended and then just Bearmageddon was just gone. I don't know. I lost my old RSS feed reader. Boy, we're just going to be all over the place as far as topics today, but you know what? That's okay. I used to rely on RSS feed readers as kind of like or feed subscriptions to keep up with every webcomic that I used to read. I don't even remember. Was it Feedly? No. Maybe it was Feedly. There was one specifically that I had used for a very long time. That was, you know, organized really well and very comfortably. And then it shut down and took all my feeds with it, and now I've just, like, lost every old webcomic I used to read. I should go back and find some of them. But the other big problem with a lot of webcomics is, like, they never get finished. Like, oftentimes a webcomic will make it maybe, like, 50 pages in, and then they'll go on hiatus for 6 years. Been on a huge kill 6 billion demons kick lately. I think I read about, like, 5 pages of that and said, like, oh, this is neat, and then found out that they had done the illustrations for Lancer and then just started reading Lancer instead. I probably should. I don't know. Let's see. I wonder if you checked out Refactory on Steam. Don't think so. Have I died? I have no idea. Nope. Okay, Refactory. Refactory. No, I haven't. Huh. That really is just a Factorio clone. I mean, we can take a look at it later. There we go. I'm very much in the interest of just trying a lot of things. I know people have been haranguing me for talking too openly about, like, channel changes. But I'm very much trying to move away from, like, regular series in favor of just checking out, in favor of just checking out new and interesting things that I like. And, yeah, right, working on more, like, high-effort content. I cannot wait until I can move and have a cooking show, because that is going to be the sweetest. Okay, well, we're not dead yet, which is odd because I pretty much haven't invested anything into my damage. Well, it's okay. I also have not invested anything into defensive, which is a little worrying. But you know what? What's the worst that could happen, right? Yeah, you're gonna play Pal World when it comes out? Yeah, probably. Let's see. Nature's Touch might only be a small amount of bonus damage, but it appears to be lifesteal for total damage. Nice. So really, I don't need to invest into it. I just need to have it. Well, that's nice. Okay, keep investing into that because I have not invested any points into my HP, and at this point, I'm too afraid to do so. So is there any permanent progression in this one? Yes, there is. It is. In fact, this is not a roguelike at all. This is pure incremental progression. Obviously, you have the mid-run stuff, but this resource up here is effectively cash that I bring out of the run with me and invest it into making my tower better in some way, shape, or form. I might actually clear this. Well, that'll give me a lot of resources. Though, some part of me almost wonders if I should go for speed control instead. Because if I can get speed control and we can just run through this one really quick, over and over again, that resources per wave is probably going to be better? I don't know. One way or another, we've unlocked a couple of things. Oh, there's an idle mode. That's interesting. Sure. Oh, I see. I'd have to unlock that. No servers. But I gotta purchase a server. Purchase a server requires... select hardware. I'm gonna try just 100. No, I want 100 here. Oh, which is 75,000. Ah, that's pain. We also have contracts. Use max 1 defensive module. Which I could maybe do? And then there's military, which is tier 1 water bombs. I'm not entirely sure what that's going to get me. Yeah, okay, can't get a server without military tier, so I can't do any of these at the moment. In that case... I mean, do we want to keep investing in wave resources? I think so. Here, let's convert 100% over. And my build is strong enough to clear the first place. Just thinking 1,000 resources per wave for 100 waves. That's a lot, if I can get to it. Let's get a couple of these basic ones up. Because, yeah, if I don't have to even think about these. Then it's probably easier. Just do 10, 10, 10, 10, and then everything into wave resources, because it pays for itself, and then some. Okay, we also have skill points, which I can invest into. How do I... Okay. Oh, I see. Kind of. So analysis. Doubles the chance to randomly unlock new modules. That's really good. Reduces the conversion rate of workshop points by 1 for each tier of the workshop. 48 to 1. Blueprint size per workshop tier? Huh. More detailed regional information. Total damage resistance. Well, I've got 3? I want to grab analysis. And recycling, which I should probably have grabbed earlier. Curious about a number of these. Fast construction magic workers. Don't think I want to bother with those. Sponsoring. Resource conversion rate of headquarters. Cancel non-forever contracts. Headquarters continue installing stuff while it's closed. I mean, it seems like the workshop is probably the best thing for me to invest towards. Same thing with synergy. Let's take synergy and I'll grab engineering. I'm sure I'll get more skill points as we go along. I think I'm in a good spot. So let's do tower testing. We have normal, endless, challenge, idle. Measure your tower against 100 waves of enemies in normal mode, or 60 seconds in endless mode, to calculate your idle factor. Oh, so this is straight up just... I could just leave it in idle mode for a little while. I'm just going to launch. So it just produces resources for me for free. So these become tests, actually. And then I can just throw it into idle mode and, like, walk off and come back later. If I want to. That's interesting. Wonder how we unlock the later levels. It's probably this. Oh, boy. Difficulty, 6,300... Let's see how fast I die. Can match me. Cubes. Ah, never mind. Let's not do that. Okay, tower testing, endless. Sure. Okay, we're still going to need the attack speed, though. Also unlocked a new region. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. All right, let's go to a new region. Sure. I don't think I really want to do endless too much. Region. Forest. Desert. Cool. Easy. Difficulty is 700%. Yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, I'm still not ready for this. Frankly, I think I'm just going to go back to this, and we're just going to do the 100 waves of enemies again. I could throw it on endless, or I could throw it on idle. The one thing is, I'm pretty sure it's not taking the wave resources into account. I could be wrong. Because it feels like I'm making a lot more. Let's see. I'm just going to keep investing in that. I might also want to try the military contracts, see if they unlock anything interesting. Though I think they were kind of expensive. So we'll just do this. I might also try my own speed mode. Let's try my own speed mode. So I could probably speed this up. Nope. It will not let me. That is a crying shame. I guess it's probably because it's a free-to-play game and they want you to grind for it. I'm just I'm an impatient person. I want to go fast. Okay, let's go back down here, because I still want to be investing into wave resources. Though, I should probably stop. Is time to the fastest option currently? Yes. I think we can get it to go faster, but I'm going to have to, I'm going to have to unlock some more mechanics to do so, and that's going to take a little bit. It's a charming game, though. I can definitely see where the merits of, like, just loading this up for a while and truly trying to make the perfect tower. Or at least, you know, approximately perfect within your scope. And having a limited number of modules that you can play around with also probably opens things up in a kind of satisfying way. Where you really try and figure out, like, yeah, what combination is actually particularly strong? 3 times as fastest in this game. Oof. It might be one of those where I just leave it on idle for a while, and then come back to it and give it another shot. Just to see, like, how good I can get it. Because I can only assume I can get way more ridiculous than this. Oh, 3 times as fastest in the game, but HQ can increase wave speed. Ah, got it. You can also turn on auto restart in the settings. Neat. Yeah, so there's a bunch of different things that I could do if I wanted to. And, you know, I might do it. I think the main question is always like, do I keep playing this? And the answer is always like, maybe. But I think I could also play something else. So for now, let's exit. This is good. I keep all the resources anyway. And I certainly make a lot more nature attack and resistance. Ooh. So nature attack is just... Oh, what? Okay, then. So there's nature's touch, which does do obscene amounts of damage as well. It's just really... I don't know, even basic attack does stupid damage. I just need to invest in it further. Because, yeah, how much damage do I do now? Yeah, so it's all exponential. However, the box growth here is not. Let's go back to this. All in, baby. Okay, so we're at 9,000 damage, give or take. We got to do one more check, because I think I was just locking myself in a little bit. Not realizing that there is a better way. I'm dead. Never mind then. Well, we've unlocked energy regen, and simple heal. Sure. Energy regen. I'm not sure what those do. Oh, you know what? The simple heal probably pulls the energy and energy regen. You can also customize the tower to look different with animation and shapes and stuff. Huh. There's also exotic skills, but that's a separate thing for later, probably. To see the details of an ability. Tags, info. And stats. Yeah, I figured. Damage nature. Levels, bunch of other things. Yeah, so if I want to do better at this, honestly, I'm going to need the attack speed maxed out sooner than later. Because if I can get that to start at a much higher rate, I'd probably have a much easier time fighting in the desert, or just more max HP. Either way, though, I think this is fun. Oh, I can upgrade the town if I want to. Tree. Oh, I'm maxed on tree. Block. No, I could. That's it. That's all I can do. Looks like I can maybe. Oh, but if I upgrade the town, it increases my overall resource gain. Okay, tower customization. What if I... What if I just have the stupidest looking tower? Can I do this? Will nothing stop me? Primary color. Give me a second. Magenta. Export, animation. Simplified. Advanced. I don't know what any of this stuff does. Assets. Nope. Shape. Cool. There's maybe my tower. If I go back to it, is it there? Perfect. Let's just try doing a very quick endless launch. I could match it to the color of the ground if I really wanted to. Oh, baby. This is great. I am very glad I stuck around for a little bit longer. Like I said, I think if I want to play more of this, I might just leave it on idle mode for like an hour and then come back and really boost some things up. Because I think there's some really neat features to this that I want to play around with some more. But it's going to take a long time to unlock them. And the easiest way for me to do that is by just piecing out, leaving it on idle mode, and, you know, coming back at a later date. No, that probably does actually take the resource gain into account. Cool. Well, either way, this is fun, and it's also free to play. So for those of you guys watching this that are interested in picking it up, it's just on Steam. It might be on... I know there's also a web client version of it as well. And you can link your accounts and some other stuff. Ain't gonna do that, but it's cool that it's there all the same. But with all that, let's move on to the next.